I'm Nancy Fredericks with Nancy Fredericks International and also Career Stretch Zone. You can check me out on either of those websites. What we're here to do today is to have a reinvention conversation. You see, I don't know of anyone, whether working inside of a corporation, owning their own business, or anything in between, who isn't facing change of massive, massive proportions. And what's interesting is, often the change that's occurring is outside of our control. I've been receiving calls from executives all over the country who have said, I'm just plain tired of reinventing myself. So I want to talk to you today about a gentleman that I hope some of you know, but if you don't, he's really worth looking up. And his name is Fiveish Finkel. Now, I know him, well, I don't want to give that away. I'll tell you later how I know him and how I think you know him too. So when Fiveish was 9 years old, he was hired in the Yiddish theater making $1 an evening. And his family was thrilled because he was actually supporting his family in many, many ways. And that went on for years and years as he became more famous in the Yiddish theater. He was a star. He was at the top of his career doing everything that he had dreamed about doing and some things he never even thought about. And then the Yiddish theater, for all intents and purposes, closed down. And he was by then married. He was 40 years old, by then married with a family, struggling to support his family because the arena where he was a star, where bright lights shone on him for years and years, was no longer providing support for his family. So he did odds and ends and birthday parties and bar mitzvahs and those kinds of things where he could at least make some money. That was until he was reinvented in Broadway, uptown, where he was hired to do Fiddler on the Roof. Thus started a new reinvention process for Fiveish. He was well-renowned, well-regarded within the theater district and had many, many, many parts after that. And slowly but surely, they started drying up. And at 52, Fiveish said to himself, something's wrong here. I got to go back to school. And what he was saying is, I got to reinvent myself again. So he went back to college to learn how to act in front of the camera. And that's how I know Fiveish, because he got hired to be on picket fence. And then he went on to do movies and other television programs, Boston Public, which is somewhere that you may have heard about him. And he has now, in his 90s, reinvented himself yet again, and he and his sons are on the road doing theater and having shows around the country where he and his sons perform together. That's what I call reinvention. That's what I call never giving up and going, I have to go back to school. Maybe this arena isn't working any longer. Where are my gifts? Where are my passions? Where are my skills? And what can I work on now to reinvent myself so that I can be relevant for the future today and the future way out there when you're 90 years old, like Fiveish? So what I want you to know is there is no such thing as giving up on reinventing yourself. You always have to reinvent yourself. It's part of being a working entity. It's part of being in today's society. I want you to be thinking about reinvention and relevancy which is all about right attitudes and right action. Thanks so much, and I have so enjoyed doing this. I hope you did too. Put some comments down on the YouTube so I know what you're thinking. Until next time, thank you for this mindful business tip, Reinvention.